Next question is this: how can I express myself totally and completely honestly in a positive way throughout the martial arts? I say that it's about being real, being honest. It's not easy to do, just like Bruce Lee said, to be honest and truly honest and real is not an easy thing to do. To be a real human being is not an easy thing to do. And that's something that you gotta constantly work towards throughout your entire life. Not just as a martial artist, but just as a human being. Every single artist in this world, true art is somebody that does that. It just remains real. But within a corrupted society, within a society that's revolved around you being false and rewarding you for being false and basically punishing you for being real, it's a very difficult thing to do, but that's what you gotta strive to do. Like Lance Armstrong, for example. Completely false, lying to the entire world, deceiving the entire world, but then the entire world loves him. Wins 7 Tour de France's in a row, and everybody loves him, everybody's throwing money at him, and everybody's praising him and bowing down to him and worshiping him. But when the truth comes out, they hate him. They want to imprison him. They want to kill him. You know what I mean? Like, people will reward you for being false, but they will punish you a lot of times for being truthful. That's how this world is. But we gotta try to the best of our ability to be real as often as we can. But a lot of times you can't be real all the time. You gotta basically adapt. And usually this goes for employment. People are paying you to be false. You like to walk around with your shirt off. Your employer says, no, that's not okay, you gotta put this shirt on. Not only do you gotta put this shirt on, you gotta put on this shirt that we want you to put on, with our logo on it. You might wanna, speak informal slang, but then the employer says, no, you have to speak proper English, and you gotta communicate to the customers in this manner, otherwise you're gonna get fired. Basically, the world is revolved around people controlling you to do what they want you to do. Very few times in your life will you be enabled to just be yourself completely and do what you truly wish to do. Even when there's no employers overlooking you, you tend to think about what do your parents want you to do, what does your girlfriend want you to do, what does your friends want you to do, what does the priest want you to do, what does God want you to do, or whatever. There's always some barrier preventing you from expressing your true self. So within the context of the martial arts, express yourself totally and completely honestly in the martial arts. When it comes to the physical, basically the more athletic you become, the more capable your body is, the more flexible, the stronger you are, the faster you are. Basically, the more physically fit you are, the more capabilities you will have in expressing your body in totality. Like, even when it comes to acrobats, like, I can't do it myself, but say you could do backflips, you could do front flips, you could do a bunch of different things with your body. That allows you to be free to express yourself how you wish to express yourself without limitation. And when it comes to the techniques, it's the same thing. Like, if you could perform various techniques to proficiency, that gives you more to work with. So then now you got techniques, you got fitness, and you have this ability to just be free to express yourself, you know, in an honest way, without basically seeking for attention or approval from other people, but you just expressing yourself truthfully, not to make other people clap for you or be in awe. That's for the ego. No, but it's just you are just doing your thing of what you enjoy, and it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It could be simple, or it could be complex, but it's just true to your inner expression and what you want to do, opposed to like asking the audience, oh, what do you want to see? Oh, this is what I will show because this is what you want to see. No, this is your expression, your honest expression, no matter it be simple or complex. It doesn't matter. It's just your expression, you know. And basically it means standing up for, you know, your inner values as well, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's not an easy thing to do in this society, you know. Like, it's like a sacrifice a lot of times, you know. I mean, I made that you know, a recent video about LeBron James, for example, you know, promoting McDonald's. I don't know how much money they paid LeBron James, but they might have been like, hey, you know, we'll give you $100 million if you promote McDonald's for 10 years. And then the $100 million, he's doing it for the money. He's not doing it for the values. And then he picks the money over the values. And that is not a real human being, you know, at least in that regard. But say a real human being is like Bruce Lee and says, you know what, I don't care how much money you give me, but I'm not going to participate in movies where you guys are poking fun at and basically making it seem as if the Chinese are inferior. I'm not going to play that game. That's somebody that's real. Basically, he puts values above money. You know, he puts, like, there's something that he holds of high value. That's a real human being. Or like a woman who values her body and she just doesn't sleep around like a prostitute. That's somebody, that's a real woman. But a prostitute is a woman that just, whatever money you give her, she'll do whatever you tell her to do. You know, like, hey, lick my anus for $2, and she does it. I mean, it's just like, you know, a guy gives her $10 and she has sex with 50 guys in a row. I mean, it's just like, people that worship money, these are not real people. Real people are individuals that stand up for high values of what they deem to be the way or truth. And that's what a real martial artist does. You know, so a real martial artist, you know, if he understands martial arts, he doesn't fight for money. You know, he doesn't, like, hurt other people for money. You know, that's just not what a real martial artist would do. You know, it's like, there's something wrong there. Martial art is not about competition and pride and ego and competition and hatred and violence. That's not real martial arts. That's something else. That's, you know, art is an expression of your inner spirit. It's like you feel something inside and you want to just express it creatively and positively. So you might be just expressing a spontaneous form, or it could be a fixed form, or it could just be you in meditation while stretching, you in meditation while sitting in stillness, and you in meditation throughout your entire life, in every aspect of your life. That is an expression of martial arts and of being real. Being real is just basically being in the moment, free from the ego, following your inner heart opposed to your mind and thinking about what other people want out of you. You know, that's not the true way. But as I stated, it's not easy because this world is revolved around the mind and listening to the mind and listening to what other people want you to do. McDonald's wants to give you $100 million or $10 million to be in a commercial, and you're doing it for the money. Your employer's telling you, hey, you know, we want you to do this for the money. You know, your parents are telling you, he took it. You know, he stole it. You know, your parents are, you know, telling you to go to college to be a doctor, but that's what they want. That's not what you want. So, being real is being honest with yourself and expressing that honesty to those around you. And a lot of times, they may not like this honesty, but it doesn't matter. You know, that's the real you. You know, and I think a great artist is a great example is Vincent van Gogh, who lived his whole life. He didn't even sell one painting, but he just loved to paint. He just kept painting. Everybody hated his paintings, but he didn't care. He just kept painting. And then when he passed away, then finally his paintings became famous, and now they're worth millions of dollars. But when he was living, everybody hated his paintings, but he didn't care. He just kept painting. And that's a real artist. That's a real human being. And that's very difficult to find. And as a martial artist, that's what you want to strive to be. You want to strive to be a real human being.